Let us go over our phonics with the magic E. We are now going to do the phonic A with magic E. Now, in our words, instead of saying the sound, which is A, we are now going to say the name of the letter, which is A. So let's try the first one. Instead of saying pa, a, n, we are now going to say pa, a, n, pain, because there's a magic E at the end. Let's try the next one. Instead of saying ka, a, n, we are now going to say ka, a, n, cane, cane. Instead of saying ka, a, p, we are now going to say ka, a, p, cape, because there's a magic E at the end. A last example would be, instead of saying at, we are now going to say ate, late. Now, the next few words we are going to say 3 times each together. You are going to say it with me. Let us begin. Date, date. Date, date. Date, date. Gate, gate. Gate, gate. Gate, gate. Bake, bake. Bake, bake. Bake, bake. Ache, make. Ache, make. The phonic sentences below have words which have A with magic E in them. Let us read together. I had to bake the cake late. I make a red cape for my mate. I must bake a cake and take it to my mate. E with magic E. Instead of saying pa, it, we will say pa, eat, Pete, because there's a magic E at the end. The next word is Eve, Eve, Eve. Phonic sentences that have E with magic E words in them. Pete and Eve are my friends. Words that have I with magic E. Instead of saying ta, I, we are going to say ta, I, time, because there's a magic E at the end. The magic E makes us change the sound to the name of the vowel. Instead of saying I, we are saying I. Let's try the next word. Instead of saying r, I, p, we are going to say r, I, p, ripe. R, I, p, ripe. The next word, instead of saying f, I, n, fin, we are going to say f, I, n, fine. F, I, n, fine. Instead of saying k, it, we are going to say kite, kite. Kite, kite. Remember, the magic E makes us change the sound. So the I becomes an I in our words. We are now going to say the next few words 3 times each, and you are going to say it with me. File, file. File, file. file. Tile. 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 Ride. 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 Mine. 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 These are words that have I, the magic E. Let us read the phonic sentences that have words that have the phonic I with magic E in them. It is time to cut the ripe pineapple. We made a fine kite. It is mine. She saw the file on the tile. Let us read the words below that have the phonic O with the magic E in them. Instead of saying n, o, t, we will say n, o, t, note, because there's a magic E at the end of the word. Instead of saying j, o, k, we are going to say j, o, k, joke. Instead of saying h, o, p, we are going to say h, o, p, hope. Instead of saying k, o, n, we will say k, o, n, cone. The sound of the o, which changes to o, is because there's a magic E at the end of it. We will now say the next few words 3 times each, and you will say it with me. Mole. 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 Home. 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 Hole. 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 Nose. 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 These are words which have the phonic O with the magic E. Instead of saying O, it becomes O because of the magic E at the end of the word. Let us read the phonic sentences below, which have the phonic O with the magic E in them. He found a note with a joke about a mole. I hope you do not hurt your nose on the pole. I woke up to find a dog bone in my home. Let us read the words below which have the phonic U with the magic E. Instead of saying t, a, n, we say t, u, n, tune. The a becomes a u because there's a magic E at the end of the word. Instead of saying k, a, b, we say k, u, b, cube. Instead of saying a, t, we say u, t, mute. Instead of saying k, a, t, we say k, u, t, cute. Let's try saying the next few words together 3 times each. Use. 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 use, use. Tube, tube. Tube, tube. Tube, tube. Duke, duke. Duke, duke. Duke, duke. Let us read the phonic sentences below, which have words U with the magic E in them. I tap the cube on the tube to make a tune. The cute baby plays with the big tube. The Duke had the television on mute. Welcome to your reading lesson. For this lesson, you will need your English reader. You must point at each word as you read. Try to read every day. A copy of the shared reading story will be in the back of your workpack, along with the words. Happy reading, everyone! We will now be reading from our English reader. Let us say each word 3 times. Amphibians, amphibians, amphibians. Adult, adult, adult. Moist, moist, moist. Froglet, froglet, froglet. Army, army, army. Carnivores, carnivores, carnivores. Strong, strong, strong. Tongues, tongues, tongues. Tadpole, tadpole, tadpole. Egg, egg, egg. Let us read the sentences in our reader. A group of frogs is called an army. Frogs are amphibians. Amphibians are a group of animals with soft, moist skin that live both in water and on land. Frogs hop on land and swim in water. Adult frogs are carnivores, which means they eat other animals. Frogs start their lives as an egg. The egg becomes a tadpole. A tadpole is a young frog with a tail and no legs. The tadpole grows and becomes a froglet. A froglet has legs. The legs grow stronger and its tail gets smaller. It is now an adult frog. We will now be reading a story called Ben Goes to School. Let us first say each word 3 times. Holidays, holidays, holidays. Winter, winter, winter. Alone, alone, alone. backpack, backpack, backpack. Following, following, following. Excited, excited, excited. Teachers, teachers, teachers. Learning, learning, learning. Hiding, hiding, hiding. Thinks, thinks, thinks. Suddenly, suddenly, suddenly. Field, field, field. Chases, chases, chases. Laughs, laughs, laughs. Wonders, wonders, wonders. Classroom, classroom, classroom. Children, you will now say these words again on your own 3 times each. I will begin reading the story Ben Goes to School. You will follow and listen to me as I read. Ben goes to school. It is time to go back to school. The winter holidays are over. Jabu gets ready for school. He feels sad that he will not get to play ball with his dog Ben. He wonders what his dog will do home alone all day. Jabu takes his backpack and begins walking to school. He does not see that Ben is following him. When Jabu gets to school, he says hi to all of his friends. He has not seen them in so many weeks. He is so excited to see his friends that he does not even see Ben. Jabu goes into his classroom. He meets his teacher, Mrs. Mole. His teacher is so nice. Jabu is happy to be back at school. Mrs. Mole teaches the class a new song. The class is so busy learning the new song that no one sees Ben hiding under the rug. At break, Jabu kicks the ball with his friends. Jabu thinks about his dog Ben. Ben would like this big ball, Jabu thinks. Jabu feels sad that he cannot play with Ben. Jabu misses Ben. But then, suddenly, Ben runs onto the field and chases the ball. "Where did you come from?" asks Jabu. Jabu laughs. Jabu kicks the ball to Ben. Jabu is so happy to be back at school. He is happy to play with his dog and his friends. It is a good day. Okay, learners, I hope you all enjoyed the story. We will now read the story again. But this time, you are going to read with me. And we are going to read with expression. And we are going to discuss the story as it goes along. We are now going to read together. You will point at each word as we read. Ben goes to school. It is time to go back to school. The winter holidays are over. Jabu gets ready for school. He feels sad that he will not get to play ball with his dog Ben. He wonders what his dog will do home alone all day. Jabu takes his backpack and begins walking to school. He does not see that Ben is following him. Okay, children, so we now know that there are two characters in the story, and their names are Jabu and Ben. Ben is Jabu's dog. Good. Now, as we can see in the picture, Jabu loves his dog and he's playing with his dog, isn't it? Let's continue the story. When Jabu gets to school, he says hi to all of his friends. He has not seen them in so many weeks. He is so excited to see his friends that he does not even see Ben. Jabu goes into his classroom. He meets his teacher, Mrs. Mole. His teacher is so nice. Jabu is happy to be back at school. Mrs. Mole teaches the class a new song. The class is so busy learning the new song that no one sees Ben hiding under the rug. Children, we need to remember to stop at the full stop. Wait for a second and then continue reading. On the first line of the story on this slide, we see a comma. When Jabu gets to school, and there's a line, there's a small mark by the O. That is called a comma, and we need to wait for a short moment and continue reading. We can see in the picture a dog hiding under a rug. Let us continue reading. At break, do you see another comma, children? So we wait a moment. Let us begin again. At break, Jabu kicks the ball with his friends. Jabu thinks about his dog, Ben. Ben would like this big ball, Jabu thinks. Jabu feels sad that he cannot play with Ben. Jabu misses Ben. But then, suddenly, Ben runs onto the field and chases the ball. Where did you come from? Children, there's a question mark there. So this is a question. So we need to ask a question. Where did you come from? Asks Jabu. Jabu laughs. Jabu kicks the ball to Ben. Jabu is so happy to be back at school. He is happy to play with his dog and his friends. It is a good day. Okay, children, I hope you all enjoyed the story. I would like for you to read the story every day. Go over your words and read the story on your own. Happy reading!